And we're live from Hayek Field for the second game of the year here after a win last night and the opener for Legion Post 56 Tigers from Albert Lee. 7-3 win over Stewartville. And now Byron comes to town, fresh off of the beating we gave them in the section championship. I shouldn't say it like that, but we did win, and that propelled them into state, where, of course, we dropped that quarterfinal game. But this will be pretty much the same squads for both sides here. Some of the numbers have changed, but the names are all the same. And it's going to start out with Byron batting against Jack Jellinger, pitching for the Tigers tonight. And he'll face Reed Beelan, his opposing pitcher, first up. And then Tyler Fox, the shortstop, will bat second. Jackson Schrader, second baseman, batting third. Isaac Rodney bats fourth and plays third. Jake Cochenet will play left field and bat fifth. Jack Isaac is the center fielder, batting sixth. Isaiah Peterson will bat seventh and catch. Riley Knutson is playing out in right and batting eighth. And John Lutzy playing first base tonight, batting ninth. And thanks to our sponsor, Sports Boosters First, on-the-spot appliance service, Mapleton Marine, Geneva Lumber, Thompson Sanitation, Albert Lee Seed House Garden Center, as well as special thanks to Becker Auto and RV in Hayward, Freeborn County Solid Waste, Derek's Preferred Auto, Northbridge Mall, T&W Towing, and scoreboard sponsors, Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill in Albert Lee, and AgriGuardian of Albert Lee. Thanks one and all. Could not do it without you. And getting the introductions for Albert Lee right now with Byron standing on the white line. So I'll run through them quick. It'll be Reed Beelan pitching for Byron, and he'll be facing Brennan Bakken, center fielder, batting first. Jack Jellinger, the pitcher, goes second. Trevor Ball will bat third and play first. Blake Olvey bats fourth and is at shortstop. Ethan Ball playing second base, batting fifth. Henry Eggum goes sixth and plays third. Cody Yokel will catch and bat seventh. Ben Kiters is the right fielder, batting eighth. And Trey Hill batting ninth and playing left field for the Tigers. Legion Post 56, 19 and under team. Coached, of course, by Jay Anderson, and they are 1-0. And last I heard, Byron was 0-3 going into last night, so that's what we'll call them. I didn't hear what they did, if they did play yesterday. Back with the first pitch right here on Power 96 Sports.
Have you made fruits and vegetables cover half your plate today? Even if all you've eaten is an apple fritter, you've tasted the work of a pollinator. From greenhouse-grown tomatoes to canola oil for cooking, pollinators are a critical part of the foods we eat. This is Mary from the Seed House Garden Center inviting you to stop by and learn a few ways you can help the butterflies and bees. We sell milkweed seed, wildflower mixes to attract honeybees, and organic alternatives for many garden challenges. Albert Lee Seed House Garden Center on West Main in Albert Lee. Dirty hands, dirty knees, cleansed soul.
How do you want your life to sound? Like this? Or like this? Life is better with a boat. Find the perfect boat to get you away from the noise, because really, life is better with a boat. Find your perfect Crestliner boat with Mercury Motor at Mapleton Marine, also at mapletonmarine.com or on Highway 22 in Mapleton. Life is better with a boat.
Power 96 is looking for a self-motivated, goal-oriented salesperson. Experience is a plus, but we'll train the right person. Base salary plus commission, 5 days a week, paid holidays and vacation. Send your resume to dmassman at kqprfm.com. That's DMASSMAN at kqprfm.com. No phone calls, please. Power 96 is looking for camera operators to assist with our live streaming of high school sports. Pay will be on a per-game basis. If you're interested, either call us at 507-373-9600 during regular business hours or email power96 at kqprfm.com.
About ready to get started here. Albert Lee out in the field, taking some warm-up tosses is going to be Jack Jellinger here for the Tigers, pitching. And Blake Olvey at short. I suppose he's played short before. I just can't remember. He usually plays third if he's not pitching. So he's out at short, but he's a good athlete. He can handle it. With Henry Eggum over at third, defensively for Albert Lee. Eggum at third, Olvey at short, then Ethan Ball second, and Trevor Ball at first, with Jellinger pitching to Cody Yokel. And then around the outfield, it's Trey Hill in left, Brennan Bakken in center, and in right field, Ben Kiters for the Tigers. And For the winless Bears, they come in here with, I don't know, I suppose they could have revenge on their mind. It's only been a week since they got eliminated, and they were the higher seed in that section over in Red Wing when Albert Lee took them out on their way to state. But maybe they're over it by now. Who knows? We'll see how this rolls. Albert Lee took an early deficit yesterday against Stewartville, giving up a run on the top of the first, but came roaring back when Ulvey hit a 2-run shot in the bottom of the first, and then never looked back after that. Just about done here with the warm-up tosses from Jellinger, the tall, slender righty. One more, says Cody Yokel, and we used to yell, "Coming down!" And as a second baseman, I knew that was my cue to get over there and grab the throw down to second, as there it goes, and a strike from Yokel to Ethan Ball. You start doing that when it counts, it'll be good. Cody's got a great arm. Not a lot of people running on him, that's for sure. Not like, Hayfield in Class A. It's another class, 2 classes down from Albert Lee. But, boy, they ran on. If they knew they had a catcher that couldn't throw them out, everybody ran. That was a well-oiled machine there that won the state championship in Class A in Hayfield. A good crop of senior athletes there. Swing and a miss for Reed Beelan to start it here from Jack Jellinger. And the left-handed batting Beelan, pitching himself tonight. That one is on the outside, misses the corner, and it's 1-1 to Reed. Beautiful day. Not even really a lot of wind out there. The flags are both hanging limp, the American flag and the POW MIA, or MIA POW. That one's aired to third, and he missed it. Egham missed that one. The sun, and it was really up there in the air, and it bounced right behind him. I think he thought he had it, but now he's rubbing his eyes like he got sunburned. So a runner is on first base. He didn't advance any farther than that, probably believing that he was going to be out, but Beelan is on. Tyler Fox coming up here, right-handed hitting shortstop. Yeah, the field is mostly in sunshine, but on the right side here, the right fielder is in the shade, first baseman's in the shade, home plate is in the shade, and the runner goes, and that hit Fox on the arm, and so a hit batter makes it first and second with nobody out. Kind of how it started yesterday, with a single and a double and a run scored for Stewartville. And then that was all that we heard from them until later in the game, as Albert Lee pretty much took over from there. So let's hope it goes the same way here with runners at first and second. Nobody out, and Jackson Schrader's up, the left-handed hitting second baseman. He pops one up back behind the plate. Yokel gives chase and gets it. Hangs on for the out. Nice job for Cody. First out. A pop to the catcher. And now Isaac Rogney with the left-handed hitting third baseman. 3 lefties in the first 4 batters for the Byron Bears. Legion baseball, a little shorter season. They had to shift some things around. I think they're going to add a game on the road and on the home schedule for Albert Lee because they had to. But I think they did lose some games because the Legion playoffs are right in the middle of July, and they have a week off or so around the 4th of July. So not as many games as they normally would have had, but it's 1-0 now to Rogney. And a strike is called. 1-1. Jake Cochenet on deck. One down, 2 on, top of the first here at Hayek Field. No cost to come on down. Of course, we have our game on Power 96 on 96.1 FM as one is laced to left and on a 2-hopper out there to Trey Hill. And then scores a run. And the Byron Bears are off and running with a 1-0 lead as Beelan scored from second. Fox stops at second on the base hit for Rogney on the RBI there for Isaac. First and second now with 1 down. And a 1-0 lead for Byron. Right-handed hitting left fielder Jake Koshine up. And strike one called from Jack Jellinger. A little bit of a rough start for Jack. Double play is what he needs. Let's see if he can work one here. Ground ball would be nice. That one's outside. Ball one. 1-1. Jellinger looks in, checks the runner at second, and delivers home with a 1-1. Strike called. Ball and 2 strikes. Jack Isaac on deck. Jake Koshinate, Jack Isaac back-to-back, the 5-6 hitters for Byron. That one is fouled. Got a piece of that one. Stays 1-2. Jellinger trying to clamp down here, get another out at least, and make it an any base situation if he can get a strikeout here for the third out. Don't want to get too far behind. So far, just 1-0. Right fielder Ben Kiters in the shade out there, enjoying himself. Everybody else is getting more of a suntan. Except Cody Yokel catching behind the plate in the shade. That one's outside. 3-2 now to Koshine. Byron in their, looks like their high school uniforms. They're whites primarily with some gold and black trim and numerals. Swing and a miss, and that's exactly what happened as the strikeout for Jellinger. His first. Makes it 2 down with runners at first and second. And now Jack Isaac up, and any base would be a force out. Not home plate, but that's not a base. Jellinger checks the runner and comes home, and that's low. Ball one. So Isaac is a center fielder, right-handed hitter. 2 down, the 1-0 count, and the runner goes from second. Cody throws down there, and it's not in time. Throw over there to Eggum. Fairly close, but it was on the wrong side of the bag anyway, so the steal of third by Fox puts runners at the corners with 2 out. 1-0 Byron lead. 6-hitter Jack Isaac up with a 2-0 count. Jellinger goes to first, and back in safely is Rogney. Always dangerous with a runner on third to throw to first if you're off by a little bit. You can give up a run right there easily. But the throw was on the mark, and now the 2-0. Just a tad high. 3-0, and he does have a base open, and then that would make any of the 4 bases open for a force out, but I got a feeling Isaac's taking on this one. Well, they throw over to first again. Close play, but back in safely is Rogney. Fox at third. Rogney at first, 2 down. 3-0 count now to Isaac of Byron from Jack Jellinger. Here it is on the way. Called strike on that outside corner. Taken all the way. Strike called. We have a vociferous umpire. He calls them loudly. And I think he got into that. He may have kneed Cody Yokel in the back on his call there. He got a little excited. And the runner goes. They're going to throw down to second, and it gets away from second baseman, and he's safe. And, of course, the run scores on the throw that gets away as Fox comes in and makes it 2-0. And must have been a strike call. Yep, 3-2. So safe at second is Rogney. The run scores from third. It's 2-zip. Runner on second, 2 down, and a 3-2 count to Jack Isaac. 21st pitch of the inning is outside, walked him. First walk given up by Jellinger. 1 hit, 2 runs for Byron here. They have a walk, a hit batter. There was a steal in there. 2 hits, actually. 2 singles. They started out with Reed Beelan, a single, and then Isaac Rogney got an RBI single. And the pitch to Isaiah Peterson, the catcher. Right-handed batter. Strike called. 0-1. 7 batters sent to the plate here so far with 2 down in the first for Byron. Runners at second and first getting their leads. Jellinger delivers home. Swinging a foul back and out of play. 0-2. He's got to fool him on a pitch here. Somebody's got their fireworks out. I was in the middle of saying we are on Power 96, 96.1 FM, and also streaming our video and audio online in 3 different locations. KQPRFM.com, our website. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Jellinger, and the 3rd out of the inning. But they get a couple of runs on a couple of hits and leave 2 stranded there. So after a half inning on the Bleachers scoreboard, it's 2-zip. Byron, brought to you by Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill in Albert Lea. Open 11 to 11 weekdays, 8 o'clock in the morning for breakfast, 8 to 11 on Saturday and Sunday. With the best food around, specials every weekday. I had the pork tenderloin, the half-pound pork tenderloin sandwich today for lunch. Ooh, that's a big old sandwich. And the fries that go with that. It's always under $10 on the special every weekday, starting at 11 o'clock. Give them a like on Facebook. And, of course, if you want to watch sports, that's the best place to do it. And 5 to 7 is the happy hour each and every weekday as well. Bleachers on South Broadway in Albert Lea.
Have you been having problems with your dishwasher, stove, washer, or dryer? Call Orrin Mortensen with On the Spot Appliance Service. With over 30 years experience, Orrin does repairs for all major household appliances and commercial cooking products, including fryers and grills. On the Spot Appliance Service is warranty authorized for most major brands and is a local LG appliance servicer. Don't let your wannabe handyman fix a problem and make it worse. Call Orrin Mortensen with On the Spot Appliance Service anytime at 256-8099.
How do you define strength? Is it physical? Or is it mental? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's whatever empowers a person to dig deeper, fight harder, and overcome obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Discover how much stronger and more confident your children can be. Encourage them to participate in a sport when they go to high school.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
After a half inning, 2-0, Byron and his Albert Lea comes to the plate for the first time, facing Reed Beelan and Brennan Bakken, Jack Jellinger, and Trevor Ball. 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first. Defensively, Byron has Reed Beelan pitching to Isaiah Peterson, with Isaac Rogney at third, Tyler Fox at short, Jackson Schrader playing second, John Lutzy first base. And around the outfield from left to right, Jake Koshine, Jack Isaac, and Riley Knudsen. About ready to go with lefty Reed Beelan to right-handed batting Brennan Bakken. Strike 1 is called. So we're on our website, kqprfm.com, and that's grounded to short. Scooped up there by Fox, gets it over to Lutzy at first for the out. 1 up and 1 down on a 6-3 put out. Also video and audio streaming at on our Facebook page, facebook.com/power96mn, and on our YouTube channel, which, by the way, you should subscribe to. It's free. It's easy to do, and then if we get enough, it'll be easier to tell you where it is. But right now, it's at... You got to go to youtube.com and then search for Power 96 Baseball. There is a strike call to Jack Jellinger, who's up with 1 down and nobody on. Yeah, that's right. Video and audio. All of a sudden, we're a TV station. Think of it. I'm the Ted Baxter of the channel. It's an old Mary Tyler Moore reference for you kids at home who don't know what that is, but it's from the 70s. And there's a skied shot that goes out of play behind the plate. It's going to be 1-2 to Jellinger with Trevor Ball on deck. As Albert Lee trails 2-0. 24 pitches for Jellinger in that first inning. He ran into a bit of trouble. With 2 hits, 2 runs. But he left 2 stranded, so that helped. That one's lifted to the outfield, and over there, in the middle there, almost had a collision between the right fielder and center fielder, but Riley Knutson in right field drifted over towards Jack Isaac in center, and it was Knutson, the right fielder, who made the catch. Put 2 up and 2 down. Trevor Ball, first baseman. Last night, Albert Lee hit real well. I mean, he had Blake Ulvey with a 2-run homer, and Trevor was 3 for 3. Jellinger had a couple of singles. So the big bats were big. And I'll see if Ball can continue his good Legion play here at the plate. It's 2-0. Ulvey on deck. Should Ball reach? With 2 down and nobody on here. Bottom of the first. And the delivery is a strike called. 2 balls, 1 strike to Trevor. And the 2-1 is a breaking pitch that misses. 3-1. A slow curve. And lefty Byron checks the sign. Threw the sun in his eyes, and Trevor lifts one deep to center. But it's catchable and playable, and out there is Isaac for the out. And a 1-2-3 inning for Byron. So after a full inning, it's 2-0 on the AgriGuardian scoreboard. And farmers, you can get your plants healthy by feeding them micronutrients that are actually available to your plants within minutes and not hours or even days like some of the other guys. Let Casey tell you all about it at 507-373-1559. He's tried it on his own fields locally. And Casey Stallo, he's a local farmer, and he's the man in AgriGuardian as well. He's got all the info for you, and he knows what he's talking about because, like I said, he's done it on his own acreages or acres. And you can also find out more at the website, agriguardian.com. And tell them Jay Paul sent you. You get 10% off your first purchase. Sports Boosters, thank them. On the Spot Appliance Service, Geneva Lumber Company, Thompson Sanitation, Mapleton Marine, Albert Lee Seedhouse Garden Center, Becker Auto and RV in Hayward, Freeborn County Solid Waste, T&W Towing, Northbridge Mall, Derek's Preferred Auto. Along with AgriGuardian and Bleachers, we thank everybody for helping us make this possible here. Legion Baseball, second game. Albert Lee 1-0 after their 7-3 win yesterday here at Hike Field over Stewartfield. And now Byron tonight with the early 2-0 lead, coming to bat here in the top of the second against Jellinger. He threw 24 pitches. His counterpart, Byron, 11 to get a 1-2-3 inning. Jellinger facing 7 batters, and he will start with the 8 and 9 batters, Riley Knutson and John Lutzy, and then the top of the order here in the second. Lefty, Riley Knutson, the 4th left-hander on this team. It's unusual to have that many lefties in the lineup, but there's a pop to left that's going to drop between everybody. It kind of seemed like the third baseman and shortstop could have got to that one. It was a long run in for Trey Hill, but they made him do it, and he just couldn't get to it. So it's a single for Knutson, the 3rd hit for the Bears. It was shallow left. I would have thought shortstop and third base could get out there, but they did not. So a runner at first and nobody out. And showing bunt is John Lutzy. Here's another old TV reference. Lutzy for the Lucia Ball Show. I tried that one at sections too. It flopped just as well there. 1-0 to Lutzy, and he bunts this one right back to Jellinger at the mound. Nice pickup there by Jack, and he gets it over to Trevor at first for the out, but a sac bunt as it moves Knutson over to second. One down, runner at second, and the top of the order, Reed Beelan. He singled and ended up scoring in the first. Left-handed batter. 4 lefties, 5 righties in this lineup, so a very balanced batting order for the Bears. Hadn't helped them much. They're 0-3. It was a foul ball in the first place, so a pitch. So 0-1 to Reed Beelan. As Knutson gets his lead off second, and that is a little high and tight in there. 1-1. I feel a breeze, but the flags are hanging limp out there. That's weird. And it seems like it's coming from that direction, so you'd think they'd be moving a little more, but not a stiff breeze or anything. But 2-1 now to Beelan, with Tyler Fox on deck. Knutson out there at second, and Byron already leading 2-0. Top of the second. Jellinger a little low on that one. 3-1. Jack wiping the sweat from his brow and replacing his hat. Checks the runner at second. And delivers home. Strike called. You might have been able to hear that bark from the ump. 3-2. Measurements here at Hayek Field, 314 down the right field line, 343 to the gap in right center, 360 to dead center, 350 to the gap in left center, and then down the left field line, 323. So quite a poke to get out of here, and there's a walk to Beelan. So he is the second walk of the game for Jellinger. And it puts runners at first and second now with 1 out. And Tyler Fox is up. He was hit by a pitch, his first pitch thrown to him. And then he ended up at second base, stole third, and then scored in that first inning. So he was very active out there after getting hit. The runner goes to third, and the throw to Egham goes off his glove and gets away from him, and the runner's going to try and score. The throw is coming in, and it's not in time. Safely in is Riley Knutson with a 3-0 Byron lead. And on that play, the throw looked like it was just a little high, but Egham jumped for it down there at third, and it went off his glove, rolled about 15 feet away from him, and by the time he came up with it, Riley had got up and scored. To second goes Beelan on the play. And Fox still in the batter's box with a 0-1 count. 3-0. Byron has that one, just misses the outside corner to the right-handed hitting Fox. It's 1-1. Just 1 out here. Runner on second. Jellinger takes his time and then fakes a go to second. Didn't throw it. He just faked a move towards second. It's up to 35 pitches already after 4 outs in this game. There's a strike called. I don't think strike zone has been his problem. It's just they're hitting it. And he's had a couple of questionable plays behind him. Let's get a strikeout. Working on one here with a 1-2 count. Ooh, it hit the bat, so it's going to be a foul ball. He said it hit his hand, but it sounded like it hit all bat. And then, yeah, the ump said that. Hit the bat first, then the arm. So still 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to Tyler Fox. He's the number 2 in the order of the Byron Bears. 4th batter up this inning. And he fouls one out of play, stays alive at 1-2. And a time called by the Byron third base coach coming in talking to the batter, Fox. Jackson Schrader's on deck. It's 3-0 here, top of the second. Byron, the early advantage. It's a nice game going on the field over the fence there. I could call that one while we're in timeout here. Some of the Albert Lee youth over there, I don't think it's organized. Maybe. I hope they're having fun. Here's the pitch, and he reaches for it, and he pops it right over the shortstop. That was a lucky hit. He just reached out for that one, and it went over Ovi's head, but he's going to throw it home. Not in time, and the run scores as Beelan makes it all the way in from second. Boy, that was a seeing eye lunge by Fox. It's going to be a base hit, and he's going to go to second on the throw. So a single, the fourth for the Bears. 2 in each of the first 2 innings here, and 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings. As the next pitch thrown by Jellinger will be his 40th of the game, early on here, 1 out in the top of the second. Infield is, Eggums even with the bag, basically at third. Alvey is a little deep at short. That one goes right to Ethan Ball at second. Jellers is going to have to get over there and cover, and he can't do it in time. The ball gets away into the dugout, and Yokel will pick it up, but the run scores. Fox makes it 5-0. And so an infield hit, the 5th for the Bears. They got a timeout and a meeting on the mound for Albert Lee. And on the throw, Jackson goes to second. There's an error on that, and I don't know if it's going to be. Let's see. Jellinger was over there trying to cover, and the throw went in kind of low, and you're going to have to call that an E4, I guess, on the throw. Isaac Rogney coming up next with still only 1 out here in the second, and it's 5-0 Byron lead. Little pep talk for the infield, and Jack Jellinger, the pitcher, who's up to over 40 pitches now, and only 1 out here in the second. It's a 1-1, not a 1-1 count. Isaac Rogney is up. Runner at second, and they may have him picked off. They do. As a nice play by Jellinger. That may have been what they were talking about. Getting that runner to hang himself out to dry. Jackson Schrader at second. He threw it to Olvey, the shortstop, covering second, and the tag was made. And so now there's 2 down. Nobody on. And Rogney up to bat, still having not been pitched to yet. Beautiful play from Jellinger to Olvey there. Very well may have been what they were talking about, but it might not have been when they went to the mound. It could have just been the 2 of them working that out. I know Schrader was off the bag quite a bit, and then when he threw it, he kind of slipped trying to go back. Jellinger tossed it over to Olvey, and they got him. Strike called to Rogney, 0-1. Well, they got to get this out and then get the bats working here. Trailing 5-zip. Strike 2 is called. It's 0-2 quickly to Rogney. As Jellinger might have got himself inspired there with that throw to second to pick off Schrader. And the pitch. Ooh, just missed the outside corner to the left-handed batting Rogney. Jake Cochenet on deck if Rogney gets on. 1-2, 2 down. Nobody on, and a 5-0 Byron lead. Swing and a miss. He got him. That ends the inning. Nobody left on, but to come up with 3 runs to lead 5-0. As Albert Lee's going to have to get the bats rolling here sooner or later, and I'd rather see it sooner than later. But it is 5-zip after an inning and a half on the Bleachers scoreboard. Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill in Albert Lea. Open every day with the best food around and specials every weekday starting at 11 o'clock. You can like them on Facebook and get the word on what's featured each day. But I can tell you it's tenderloin sandwich and fries today for under $10. All their specials are under 10. Happy hour goes from 5 to 7, so that just wrapped up. But it's there every weekday, don't worry. And all the TVs, they had the match game on today, along with a lot of sports. The Twins game was on early, and they have some Olympic trials and stuff going on, too. So always sports and some added features, too, at Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill, South Broadway, Albert Lea. Call 507-473-2028 to get a hold of them.
Are you paying too much for garbage collection? Call Thompson Sanitation today at 256-4370. You'll learn why to make the switch. Thompson Sanitation is locally owned, keeping your money in our local community. They offer garbage disposal and roll-off service with competitive prices and the best service around, too. And it's so easy to change. Start your service today. No BS with TS. Call 256-4370 to get the best service at the best prices in the area. Thompson Sanitation. Be loyal. Shop local.
5 runs on 5 hits for the Byron Bears through their 2 innings at the plate. And Albert Lea went 1-2-3 in the first. So they've got 4, 5, 6 hitters. Blake Olvey, Ethan Ball, and Henry Eggum facing Reed Beelan here in the bottom of the second. Got to get the runs going here. It first starts with base hits. They went on a grounder and 2 flyouts in the first inning. As Olvey steps in, right-handed batting shortstop tonight. Pitched last night. Strike called to Blake. It's 0-1. Did I miss? It's 10 after. I can get it. Power 96 is 96.1. KQPR FM, Albert Lea, Minnesota. We'll have to call that close enough. It's 1-1 to Olvey. As the lefty Beelan delivers high and outside, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Blake. And the next pitch is off the mask of the umpire. And that'll adjust your eyesight. It'll either make you cross-eyed or uncross your eyes. So it's 2-2 to Blake Olvey, leading off the bottom of the second here for the Tigers. The Legion Post 56, 19 and under squad. 1-0 after their 7-3 victory last night here against Stewartville. Byron, though, now with a 5-0 lead after an inning and a half. That's inside, and it's going to make it a full count to Blake with Ethan Ball on deck and Henry Eggum to follow. And try and get some Lake Mills games in. In Iowa, as the pitch is a strike called, and Blake was on his way to first, but he strikes out. The first K for Beelan, and there's 1 up and 1 down for Ethan Ball. Lake Mills in Iowa, they have the high school season going now. Of course, the high school season just ended for Minnesota. And they play softball at first at 5 or 6 o'clock. No, 5:30. No, I forget. I got to look it up. It's softball followed by baseball for both Lake Mills and Northwood Kensett games.
6 p.m. softball, 7:30.
Yeah, 6 o'clock is softball, and then 7:30 for the baseball. There's a base hit ripped to center for Ethan Ball. First hit for the Tigers. And they get something rolling here with 1 out in the second. And Henry Eggum coming up, the right-handed hitting third baseman. So, in effect, you could do doubleheaders, but it sounds like a lot of work. It's 2 different ballparks, and only about 20 minutes between games, if that. I mean, if it goes extra innings in softball, then you're kind of messed up there. So we'll do hopefully a little bit of both, softball and baseball. We'll pick one. But right now, the best of those 4, softball and baseball for Lake Mills and Northwood Kensett, is the Northwood Kensett baseball team. There's a base hit to the left for Eggum. And station to station with back-to-back singles. Ball goes to second. Eggum's on at first. One out, and here comes Cody Yokel, the catcher. Both Lake Mills baseball and softball teams are right around 500, a little bit above. And the Northwood softball team is under 500, but doing the best they can, of course. So we'll try and give them some airtime if we can. And then looking at doing some Austin Greyhound games, if possible. But following the hometown Legion team, too, and their home games, maybe be able to venture out on the road with them, too. Just trying to go day by day and see what happens here and do as much as we can of all the area teams. It's 2-0 now to Yokel. With one out, runners at first and second. And then he rips one to left, and that's over the head of the left fielder who was running in. And Koshane fooled by that one. That's going to score two. A two-run double for Cody Yokel. And it's 5-2 now. Actually went off the glove barely of Koshane, but I don't really think you can call it an error. If he would have had it in his glove and dropped it, might have been a different story. But I'll call that a 2 RBI double for Cody. And now there's Ben Kinders coming up, the 8-hitter in the lineup for Jay Anderson's Tigers. And Yokel's at second. Ethan Ball and Henry Egan both scoring on that one. Kinders and then Trey Hill due up. Swing and a miss for Ben. 5-2. Bottom of the second, one out. Time to make Beelan work a little bit here. He's up to 24 pitches, but still 20 fewer than Jellinger. There's a ground ball. It's a slow roller between second and pitcher. And he's going to be safe over there, and the ball gets away anyway. And the run will score as Yokel comes in. Make it at 5-3, Byron. As Kiters gets to second on the throw, that would be a E4 as the second baseman picked it up. But a base hit. So 3 hits. 4 hits in a row, I should say. Was the strikeout from Olvey, then a single from Ball, a single from Egham, a double scoring 2 runs from Yokel, and then a RBI from Kiters. On his single. Goes to second on the overthrow. And they have a meeting on the mound with the entire infield now for Byron. 5-3, Bears leading. They have Kiters on second, and Trey Hill up. Trey Hill coming up for the first time, the 9-hitter. Left fielder, right-handed batter. Three runs on 4 hits for Albert Lee. 5 runs on 5 hits for the Byron Bears. And it's Trey Hill with a roller to third, and the throw across is not in time. Kiters didn't move from second as that was a grounder to the left side of the infield. And Hill beats out the throw, an infield single. 5th hit of the inning. And it brings up the top of the order Brennan Bakken with runners at first and second and 1 out. One error apiece on these 2 clubs here in the second inning. Strike is called to Bakken. He grounded out to short his first time up. 5-3, tying run on first base for Albert Lee with 1 out here in the second. That's another strike called on that outside corner to the right-handed batting Bakken. Jellinger on deck. As Beelan looks at the runner at second, and the lefty delivers low. Ball 1, 1-2. And of course, we've got the 4th of July holiday coming up here soon, and that's going to mean a little break in the action for baseball. There's a throw in the dirt. And they throw it back to first. The runners went. They're going to get the runner at first, Hill, as he was off of first there. And it must have been it was a strikeout and then throw out. So they got Bakken on the K for out number 2, and then they caught Trey Hill jumping there between first and second for the third out. But to get a few runs back, it's 5-3 now after 2 complete on the AgriGuardian scoreboard. And farmers, you can increase your soil microbiology with AgriGuardian products for soil health and plant health. And this is stuff that gets to the plants within minutes and not just hours or even days like some of the other guys. So if you want immediate plant health, you can call for information at AgriGuardian, 507-373-1559. Talk to Casey or go to agriguardian.com and get things started on the information.
Are you considering remodeling or maybe building new? If so, you need to talk to Tate, or you could just ask Josh. They're both professionals, and you can find them at the Geneva Lumberyard just off I-35 in Geneva. The Geneva Lumberyard is your full-service lumberyard and home design and drafting center. For your next project, stop in or call the Geneva Lumber Company at 256-0045 and talk to Tate or just ask Josh. That's the Geneva Lumber Company, open Monday through Friday to serve you.
And now Jack Jellinger comes out for the third inning of work, having thrown 44 pitches in the first 2 innings. But now it's a different story. 5-3 as Albert Lee has crawled closer to the lead. And he might have renewed life. He's going to lead off the next inning, too, for the Tigers. So let's get a 1-2-3 inning here and get the bats going again. 5-3 Byron after 2. As we play in Legion baseball here, Legion Post 56 Tigers. 1-0, now trailing by 2 as we start the third inning. And Jellinger pitching to the 5-6-7 hitters, Jake Cochenet, Jack Isaac, and Isaiah Peterson. Cochenet struck out his first time up. One of 2 Ks for Jellinger. Strike is called on the outside corner. It's Jack to Jake. And then it'll be Jack to Jack. The 0-1 is on the way. That's laced to left, bounces fair, and in for a hit. Base hit leading off the third for Cochenet. That's the 6th Bear hit of the day. And Jack Isaac, the center fielder, who had he walked in the first and was stranded there. Two strikeouts, 2 walks for Jack Jellinger. And of course, 5 runs given up. But I don't think they're not all earned. There was an error in there. This one is in the air to right, and calling for it and making the catch is Ben Kiders. As he goes from shade to sunshine to make that. That can sometimes cause some trouble. But 1 out and 1 on here in the third. For Isaiah Peterson, the catcher, who struck out his first time up. Cochenet stays at first, of course, with the 1 down. And here's the first pitch. That gets away from Yokel. It bounced off the plate and caromed off of Yokel off to the left. So down to second, scampers Cochenet. And it's 1-0 to Peterson. 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second. Umpires checking on Cody, making sure he's all right, because that one ricocheted off of him. And abundance of caution, which is a good thing. And here we are, third inning. They got a runner on second with 1 out. See if we can get a first 0 on the board for the Bears. That one's fouled down the first base side. 1-1. Infield, again, Egham usually does play pretty even with the bag at third. The rest of the infield is deep. Outfield straight away, deep. And a strike is called to Peterson. It's 1-2. Huh? Yeah, the umpire every once in a while, he gets a little animated. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That is lifted right side, drifting out of play and gone. So long strike, still 1-2. I recognize the names of these guys. It was just like a week ago that they played for the section championship. Albert Lee beat them twice. Had to play them 3 times in like a 4-day period, but won 2 of those and went on to state. And that one just misses on the outside corner. It's 2-2 to Peterson. That was over in Red Wing. The old days. It was fun times. Go to Red Wing, St. Cloud, Jordan, and, of course, Target Field. A lot of travel. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Jellinger, his third. Now there's 2 down here in the third. And Riley Knutson coming up. He singled and scored his first time up in the second. Runner at second, 2 down. Albert Lee trying to put a 0 on the board for the first time here in the ball game. That one's up and outside for a ball. Enough of those crooked numbers. I'm going to put some goose eggs up there for the opponent. Already in the mid-50s for pitches thrown is Jellinger. That one is lifted to right for a solid base hit. And that's going to score the run. So much for goose eggs. 6-3. As Cochonnet scores and Riley Knutson gets the RBI, and he's on at first with 2 down, and 9-hitter John Lutzy, the first baseman. Not often is your first baseman your 9-hitter. Usually those are more power hitters. But he's actually a pitcher. I think he's their ace pitcher, but he probably just pitched, if not yesterday, the day before. And I know when he pitches, at least in the games we played them in the sections, he didn't bat. He was hit for by a DH. But taking his bats here in this contest, and they throw it to first back in is Knutson safely. 2 down, runner on first, 6-3 Byron. With Lutzy at bat, he had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Strike is called for an 0-1 count to Lutzy. And the 0-1 is lifted. It's shallow right field, converging second baseman and right fielder, but it drops between them. And that puts runners at the corners. Another base hit. So back-to-back singles for Knutson and Lutzy puts him on first and third. With 2 outs and top of the order, Reed Beelan. That's 8 hits. Man. 6 runs on 8 hits for the Bears. 3 runs on 4 hits for Albert Lee. And we're only in the top of the third. It's a run fest. Swing and a miss from Beelan. He's got a single and a walk and 2 runs scored. The Bears don't look like an 0-3 team, that's for sure. They've come out here scorching. 2 in the first, 3 in the second. Now 1 here with 2 outs. They throw to first. Back in time is Lutzy. One run in here in the third. Jellinger looking at the runners on the corners. It's an 0-1 count. He throws one in, and it's fouled out of play. Ooh. Did that hit somebody's car? That was a crowd noise of somebody's car getting hit right there. Oh. 0-2 to Beelan. Jellinger trying to end the inning right here with his fly ball to center as Bakken corrals it out there for the third out. But they get another run, do the Bears, to take a 6-3 lead after 2.5 on the Bleacher scoreboard. Bleacher Sports Bar and Grill with happy hour 5 to 7 weekdays. Of course, you can like them on Facebook and get the special each day. They have a food special starting at 11 every morning, Monday through Friday. Today, the tenderloin, half-pound tenderloin sandwich. That thing makes the bun look teeny. It looks like a fake bun. It's so big. It's a huge sandwich. And it's got the fixings on it, too, tomato and lettuce if you want. And it's a delicious sandwich with fries, and it's under $10 on the special today. I bet you can have anything off the menu. They've got a great menu full of goodies. And don't forget the TVs full of sports down there on South Broadway in Albert Lea. It's Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill. Coming up here for Albert Lea to face Reed Beelan, the 2, 3, 4 hitters. And they need to be hitting because we're down 3 again. Just when you think you're getting back in the game, they put another one up there. But Albert Lea coming up with 3 last inning. So they got the bats rolling there with the 5, 6, 7 hitters all getting at 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters all got hits on their way to 3 runs. But then a strikeout throw out ended the inning there with Brandon Bakken striking out, and then they caught Trey Hill between first and second for the 3rd out. So Jellinger will lead off. He flew out to right his first time up. See if he can get him started here. With Trevor Ball on deck and Blake Ulvey to follow. Ulvey homered yesterday. He said he'd never done that before. But he looked like he was a natural. He smacked that thing and it was on a line right over the left field fence. 2-run shot yesterday. There's ball 1 to Jellinger. And the pitch from lefty Beelan is now a called strike, 1-1. A ball and a strike, and that one is a breaking pitch that he sends to left, and it just inside the line for a single. Jellinger takes a big turn at first and scampers back. But a base hit, and that's the 6th hit for the Tigers. Leads off the 3rd nicely with Trevor Ball coming up. Trevor flew out to center his first time up. Home in almost all of pitcher's mound now in shade. Pretty much that one gets away from the catcher, but no advancement there for Jellinger. Just a sliver of sunlight behind the pitcher's mound to second base. That one is ripped to left. That's a base hit. 1 hop. So first and second with nobody out. 7th hit of the game for the Tigers, and Jellinger on second. Ball on first for Blake Ulvey. A strikeout victim leading off the second. Thought he had a walk. He worked a 3-2 count. But the umpire had other ideas. And he steps in the right-hand side of the box, and here's his first pitch. He hits it in the air behind the plate. Catcher finally finds where it is, and then he's all over the place. He catches it. Nice play by catcher Isaiah Peterson. He didn't know where it was at first. Then he found it, and he ran over there, and he almost tripped over himself, but was able to make the catch and retire Ulvey. On a pop to the catcher, 1 out. Still first and second with 1 down now for Ethan Ball. He singled. He started the hit parade in the second. 5 hits in a row, starting with Ethan's single. And he scored a run. Strike 1 called to him. Right-handed batting second baseman, Ethan Ball. And that one is a breaking pitch that hits right there for a strike. And it's 0-2 to Ethan. Henry Eggum on deck. It was Ethan Ball, Henry Eggum, each singling. Then a double from Yokel, scored 2. Ben Kiters had a single. Trey Hill had a single. And then it fell apart from there. This one's going to fall and get past the right fielder. Could score a run. They're sending the Jellinger at home, and he scores to make it 6-4. Ball gets all the way over to third. And Ethan on at first. So Trevor and Ethan, the ball boys, are on at first and third with one down. Oh, I didn't know if Knutson was going to make it to that when he dove for it, the right fielder, but just unable to reach for it. And it bounced behind him. The second baseman had to go out and get it. So now it's Henry Eggum. He singled and scored last inning. Runners at the corners with one down, trailing by 2, Albert Lee. So the go-ahead run is at the plate. The 0-1 count to Eggum. Pitch low. It bounces actually 3 feet in front of the plate, and that's going to score a run and make it 6-5. As Trevor Ball scampers in. Down to second goes Ethan Ball on the wild pitch. And now 6-5 with a runner at second and 1 out for Eggum with a 1-1 count against him. Lefty, Beelan, checks the runner, and he's got a ball outside and high to Henry, 2-1. Well, all of a sudden, Beelan running into trouble, trying to get that strike zone figured out and get some outs. Alberti trying to copy the Byron Bears and putting them just out of reach of the fielders. 3-1 now to Henry. Cody Yokel on deck. He had the 2 RBI double last time up. Here's the pitch. Strike called. Full count to Henry Eggum. 3-2 with 1 out, and Ethan Ball on second. 2 runs in this inning, making it 6-5 Byron. Entertaining ball game, lots of runs scored. This one's lifted in the air to the right side of the infield. Catch is made over there by first baseman John Lutzi. It didn't look easy at all. He was kind of off balance too. But they get Eggum for the second out on a pop to first. And Cody Yokel comes up with another RBI opportunity. He's got 2 runs batted in already with his double last inning, and he scored a run as well. He's the go-ahead run at the plate. And a base hit could tie this up here in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch, and that is lifted. Infield, pitcher's got it, calls it, catches it. Beelan catches it near the foul line on the third base side. And they do get a couple of runs back, so to make it 6-5 Byron after 3 complete. On the AgriGuardian scoreboard, if your crops are stressed, farmers' AgriGuardian products can give them the shot in the arm they need to reach their full potential. Really, get it started by going to agriguardian.com. There's a lot of information there. They even have videos and stuff that you can watch, and you can sign up for updates and things and videos that they send out. It's all good stuff. They have science behind them, and it works. You can call Casey Stallo over there. He's a farmer locally and uses these products on his own fields, and he says his yields are up. He can do the same for you. Call Casey at 507-373-1559 or go to agriguardian.com and tell him J. Paul sent you. Save 10% off on your first purchase.
Are you considering remodeling or maybe building new? If so, you need to talk to Tate, or you could just ask Josh. They're both professionals, and you can find them at the Geneva Lumberyard just off I-35 in Geneva. The Geneva Lumberyard is your full-service lumberyard and home design and drafting center. For your next project, stop in or call the Geneva Lumber Company at 256-0045 and talk to Tate or just ask Josh. That's the Geneva Lumber Company, open Monday through Friday to serve you.
There we go with the 4th inning as Byron comes to bat against Jack Ellinger, and he has had his rough spots. He gave up 2 runs in the first 3 in the second. Of course, not all on him. There's an error out there as well, so they're not all earned. But he has 3 strikeouts, does Jack. A couple of walks, hit it batter, and has no 1-2-3 innings to his credit. So this is the inning to do that, Jack. A little 1-2-3, get the bats going again, get the lead. What do you say? Sounds like a plan. He's going to have to face the 2-3-4 hitters, though, in the Byron lineup. Tyler Fox, who was hit by a pitch and then had an RBI single, scored both times. Starts him out with the ball, 1-0. Up to over 60 pitches now through 3 innings for Jack, just starting his 4th, and there's a strike called, 1-1. These guys can easily throw 115, 100. I think that's the limit there, 115. At least for high school it is. I don't know about Legion play. They got their own set of rules, I'm sure. It's a strike called there, 1-2 to Fox. Followed by Jackson Schrader and Isaac Rogney. In the 4th inning with Byron up 6-5. That was just a tad low, 2-2. Strike out the side, Jack. That'd be cool. Then you'd be up to 6 strikeouts. And the 2-2. It's bounced to third, but it's foul. Still 2-2. As Tyler Fox was carrying the bat with him as if he was looking for a fight. I think he knew it was foul all the way, but right-handed batting shortstop for the Byron Bears, who came into the night winless, I should say. And a strike is called. Strikeout for Jack is his 4th. That's right, I called for striking out the side, so we'll see if that happens here. Jackson Schrader's up with 1 up and 1 down. Schrader popping out to the catcher his first time up, and then he had a single his second time. Made it to second on an error. And the first pitch to him, low and outside. Lefty is up 1-0 in the count. Jellinger rocks and fires. And that one is lifted foul, third base side out of play. 1-1. A ball and a strike. Outfield straight away. This one goes to left, and it's going to bounce in there for a base hit. On his way to second, the throw comes in, but it's going to be not in time. And a sliding double for Schrader is the 9th hit for the Bears. 1 out and 1 on now for Isaac Rogney. He's got an RBI single and a strikeout. Another lefty bat for the Bears. And Jack now with a runner at second is going to have to pay attention to him. Can still strike out the side. Still my call. Strike called. No balls. 1 strike to Rogney, who plays third base for the Bears. Left-handed batter, and it hit him. No, it didn't. Hit his bat. Strike 2. Oh, and 2 to Isaac Rogney. As Schrader gets his lead off second with 1 out here in the 4th. That one's up and inside. Some sweet chin music. 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes as Jellinger throws outside to Rogney, makes it 2-2. He's up to about 72 pitches now. And we have 1 out in the 4th. 6-5. Byron leads. They had a 5-0 lead. That one gets past Yokel, and on to third goes Schrader. On the wild pitch there. So Rogney now with a 3-2 count and a runner at third with 1 out. And Jake Cochenet on deck. There's the 3-2. It's into center field. Bakken has it, but the tag up. Oh, he falls down, but makes the catch. Whew, that's talent. He slipped. His feet came out from under him. He's looking at the grass like, what the heck? Hit a little wet spot or something out there, but he made the catch. But Schrader tags up and scores to make it 7-5. On what it turns out to be a sac fly from Rogney and an RBI. 2 down, and Jake Kouchner up. Kouchner struck out and singled and scored in the third. 7-5, Byron. They have scored in every inning. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 here in the fourth so far with 2 outs and nobody on. Kouchner, the 5-hitter in the lineup. 4th one to bat here in this inning is Jellinger. A little breaking pitch. It's strike 1. Oh and 1 to Kouchner. And he fouls that one out of play. Strike 2. Here's where you pull the string, Mr. Jellinger. Not quite the strike out the side, but if he does this, it'll be 2 out of 3, and that ain't bad. Said Meatloaf. No, he didn't strike him out. He rips it to left. It goes deep, but it's up there and hangs up long enough for Trey Hill to track it down and make the 3rd out. So they get a run again to take a 2-run lead again, 7-5 after 3.5. On the Bleacher Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard with happy hour, 5 to 7 weekdays. Great breakfasts on the weekends, too, from 8 to 11. Take the family for a great breakfast there to Bleachers. And then, of course, they have food specials every day, weekday, starting at 11 o'clock. You can call them at 507-473-2028 and get the order started. Go pick it up, take it with you. Or take a load off, stay there, watch some sports, replay of the Twins, or even if they're playing a game like today, they were playing early, and sit down there and watch that game, have your lunch. And also, of course, you got pool and darts and all kinds of fun stuff going on South Broadway in Alberley. It's Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill. And thanks again to all our sponsors. We have Bleachers and AgriGuardian doing the scoreboard sponsorship, and then our sports boosters, Geneva Lumber Company, Mapleton Marine, Thompson Sanitation, Albert Lee Seed House Garden Center, On the Spot Appliance Service, as well as Becker Auto and RV in Hayward, T&W Towing, Northbridge Mall, Derek's Preferred Auto, Freeborn County Solid Waste. Thanks one and all. Otherwise, I'd just be down here with no equipment, calling the game to myself. I used to do that, and my mom, I'd call games on the TV. That's how she always said, you say things just, and then they say it right after you say it on the TV. You're good at that. So, living the dream. You know how it is. Here we go. Bottom of the fourth. Albert Lee brings the 8-9-1 hitters to the plate. Ben Kiter's leading off here. He had a RBI single his first time up. Part of the 7 hits for Albert Lee and 5 runs. But they trail by 2. Strike is called. Now it's 0-2 to Ben. Trey Hill will be up next, followed by the top of the order, Brendan Bakken. Yeah, he's got a piece of the. I thought he got a piece of that one, but apparently not. A swing and a miss. Strikeout. 1 down. That's only the 2nd strikeout for Beelan on the day. Oops, 3rd. I just noticed another one. So 3 for Reed, the lefty. 1 down here in the 4th, and it brings up 9-hitter Trey Hill. He singled himself in the 2nd inning. Part of that 5-hit parade. 5 in a row that scored 3 runs. Let's get him started again, Trey. Little 1-out rally. Let's go. And the 0-1 is swung on and missed. Strike 2 to Trey. Right-handed hitting left fielder. This short bench is here for both squads. 3 players on the bench for Albert Lee and 2 for pinch hitting or running duties for Byron here tonight. I know Albert Lee has, I think there's 3 players that are at wrestling camp. So part of their 5 that are out, 5 rostered players that are not available. So that makes it a little tight on the bench. 1 and 2 now to Trey Hill, and he swings and misses, but it gets away from the catcher. I think he's going to get on. He will. He reaches on the K. So it's still registered as a strikeout, but he gets on the miscue by the catcher there. So 1 on first and 1 out for Brendan Bakken. Top of the order. Brendan has a strikeout and a ground out to short. 0 for 2, needs to get it turned around. He had a off night last night too. Yes, he was 0 for 4, so he is due. And he checks, swings, foul ball. It's going to go out of play. Strike 1 to Brennan. Sometimes all it takes is get out of a slump, is just get a base hit, and then you go on a roll. Baseball is just a funny game. Funny and sad at the same time sometimes. Real sad when they lost in the quarterfinals at State. A walk-off in the 7th. They controlled that game for most of it. I thought they were going to surprise the world and get through that, but didn't work out that way. Now strike called to Bakken, 0-2. One out. Here's the 0-2. That's way inside. 1-2. Jellinger on deck. You got Trey Hill over at first. 1 out. Trailing by 2. So you got the tying run at the plate for the Tigers. And the pitch fouled down the third baseline. Still 1-2. And Reg, what do you think, you're Mr. Miyagi? Catching flies with your hands? It's pretty good. Try it with chopsticks. He broke the fly swatter up here that's 40 years old. Nobody ever managed to break it, but you have it for one day and it's done. Actually, your second day. You were using it yesterday, too. 1-2. That's high for ball 2, 2-2. So Bakken starts out 0-2, but he works it back to a 2-2 count here with 1 out and 1 on. 4th inning, trailing by 2. And Beelan approaching 60 pitches here in the 4th. Delivers, and Brennan pops one up on the right side. Second baseman is able to grab that one, Jackson Schrader, for out number 2. A little pop to second. And there's 2 outs with Trey Hill on first. And Jellinger comes to the plate. He singled and scored last time up, but then flew out to right field his first time. 1 for 2 and a run scored. Hit one in the gap here, Jack. Help your own cause. Strike is called. Breaking pitch from lefty Reed Beelan to right-handed hitting Jack Jellinger. The 0-1 is ripped in the air, but it's going to hang up there. Center fielder is under it, and Isaac makes the catch. And that's 3 outs. And we're through 4 innings. Still a close one, though. 7-5 Byron on the AgriGuardian scoreboard. And farmers, you get your plants healthy. Feed them micronutrients that are actually available to your plants within minutes, not hours or even days like some of the other guys. More information, go to agriguardian.com or call Casey at 507-373-1559 at AgriGuardian in Albert Lea.
Have you made fruits and vegetables cover half your plate today? Even if all you've eaten is an apple fritter, you've tasted the work of a pollinator. From greenhouse-grown tomatoes to canola oil for cooking, pollinators are a critical part of the foods we eat. This is Mary from the Seed House Garden Center inviting you to stop by and learn a few ways you can help the butterflies and bees. We sell milkweed seed, wildflower mixes to attract honeybees, and organic alternatives for many garden challenges. Albert Lea Seed House Garden Center on West Main in Albert Lea. Dirty hands, dirty knees, cleansed soul.
How do you want your life to sound? Like this? Or like this? Life is better with a boat. Find the perfect boat to get you away from the noise, because really, life is better with a boat. Find your perfect Crestliner boat with Mercury Motor at Mapleton Marine, also at mapletonmarine.com or on Highway 22 in Mapleton. Life is better with a boat.
Now 7 runs for Byron on 9 hits. 5 runs for Albert Lee on 7 hits. So it has been a rough go for the pitchers, but they're both still in the game here as we get to the bottom of the 5th. Actually, top of the 6th. Or top of the 5th. Top of the 5th. Yeah, we just got through the 4th. Top of the 5th. Jellinger still out there, having thrown 78 pitches through 4. And his counterpart, Byron, has thrown 60 through his 4 innings of work. Jellinger facing the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Jack Isaac, Isaiah Peterson, and Riley Knutson. Starts Isaac out with ball 1. Right-handed hitting center fielder, Jack Isaac. Check swing on that one, and it's a called strike anyway, so 1-1. Scoreboard operator napping here in the 5th. He's got a 0 in the 6th inning. Now he's got the, okay, now he's going. 1-2 is another strike to Isaac. Yeah, he's got to get out of the 6th inning, though, scoreboard man. We're in the top of the 5th. There's the pitch, and it is in the air, infield, right side. Catch made. First baseman Trevor Ball, 1 up, 1 down. A little liner to first. And Isaiah Peterson comes up. He has struck out twice in this ball game. 2 of the 4 Jack Jellinger strikeouts. He starts him out. Well, it's a roller to second. Ethan Ball picks it up over to Trevor at first. 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th. And a quick inning is just what the doctor ordered for the Tigers, trailing by 2 here in the top of the 5th inning, 7-5. And the 8-hitter, Riley Knutson, is up. He singled and scored in the 2nd, then singled in the 3rd. So he's got an RBI, 2 for 2, and a run scored. Lefty hits one over Ethan Ball into center field for a base hit. That'll be the 10th hit for the Bears. And bring up 9-hitter John Lutzy, who had a sac bunt and a single. As the 9-hitter. 85 pitches for Jack Jellinger here with 2 outs in the 5th. And he delivers. That one is lifted foul. Right side out of play. Strike 1 to Lutzy. So a runner at first, 2 down. The 0-1 count. And Jellinger throws to first. Back safely is Knutson. You can hear us, of course, on Power 96, 96.1 FM. Might as well do it. It's Power 96, 96.1 KQPR FM, Albert Lee, Minnesota. You can also see the video and hear the audio streaming on KQPRFM.com, our website, on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Power96MN, and on our YouTube channel, go to youtube.com/Power96Baseball. Huh? Oh, search Power 96 Baseball for YouTube. Yeah, you can make it easier for me, and I'd be right probably if you subscribe to the channel. Because if we can get enough of those, then we have our very own little channel that we got what did you call it? A URL?
Yeah.
For that channel. So please sign up if you will. It's 1-2 now to the 9-hitter Lutzy with 2 down and a runner on first. He's going. Cody throws down to Jellinger, and he's safe. Or no, that's shortstop. What happened? No, strikeout. All right, that'll work. So the K ends the inning. Didn't have to throw down there. It's the 5th for Jellinger. And that ends the top of the 5th as we get to the bleachers scoreboard here. 7-5, Byron. with the Tigers coming up to bat here. Brought to you by Bleacher Sports Bar and Grill in Albert Lea. Open every day with great food and, of course, lots of fun. And they've got the TVs, 14 of those, big screens, and you can watch any kind of sports you want down there. It's always fun, you get to the tournament times, and then, of course, now we have NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs, even though there's no Minnesota teams playing there, and the Twins kind of at the bottom of the standings, but still playing pretty much every day. You can watch them. Olympic trials were going. You got PGA and NASCAR on the weekends, so lots of great sports to watch. And you can catch them all down at Bleachers. And they are on South Broadway in Albert Lea. Still on the hill for the Bears is Reed Beelan. He's got 4 strikeouts through his 4 innings of work. He'll start his 5th inning here with the 3-4-5 hitters, Trevor Ball, Blake Olvey, and Ethan Ball. And for Trevor, he has 1 for 2. He flew out to center and then singled and scored in the 3rd. Last of the warm-up pitches for Beelan. His team leads 7-5, but look at that. We got a 0 on the board for the Bears. Woohoo! First one of the game. They had 2 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and a goose egg in the 5th. Albert Lea has the 0 in the 1st, but they scored 3 in the 2nd and 2 in the 3rd. Nothing last inning, and here we go, bottom of the 5th. 7-5 Byron, Legion Baseball. Post 56 Albert Lea Tigers, 19 and under, with Trevor Ball leading off the 5th. And the pitch is low for ball 1. Yeah, Derek Overland, Eric Doppelhammer, and Jacob Skinnis, the only bench players for Albert Lea. That one goes under his feet. Ball 2. And just a couple of bench players, Braden Boyum and Logan Marks for the Bears. So not real deep on the benches. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. 2-0 to Trevor. He swings and misses. 2-1. Took a good rip at that one. But Beelan pulled the string. A little off-speeder. Lefty swings into his motion and delivers. Looked low, but umpire calls it a strike. 2-2. Of course, I'm blocked by the catcher and the umpire, so what do I know? 2-2. Here's the delivery, and that is on the ground to short. Scooped up there by Tyler Fox. He gets it over to John Lutzy, and there's 1 up and 1 down here in the 5th for Albert Lea. Yeah, just put that there, Reg. That's fine. Blake Olvey, the shortstop, comes up. He is 0 for 2 today. With a strikeout and a pop out to the catcher. He hasn't gone too far. He's actually 2 at-bats. He's hit it backwards. Come on, Blake. Mr. Home Run from yesterday. See if he can duplicate that here. It'd be nice. He takes a home run type swing and misses. Strike 1. 1 down, nobody on. Bottom of 5. Albert Lea behind 7-5 to Byron. Beelan into his windup and fires. Breaking pitch that Olvey fouls out of play. Strike 2. 0-2 to Blake. Here's the 0-2, up high and outside. Ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on, and an out here in the 5th for Albert Lea. There's the pitch. And that one is out to right. Long run for the right fielder. He makes the catch as he heads toward the line. Nice job there for Riley Knutson. 2 up and 2 down for the Tigers. Leaves it up to Ethan Ball, the second baseman. He singled and scored in the 2nd. And also reached in the 3rd, although I did not record how. He got stranded at 2nd. I hate when I do that. Some official scorer I would make. That's why I don't do that. I'm just on radio. Foul back out of play. Strike 1 to Ethan. Easton scored the first run for the Tigers tonight. Got him going on 5 batters in a row, getting hits back in the second inning. Another foul and out of play. 0-2. It's 2 outs as Byron looking for his second 1-2-3 inning. He did it in the first inning and now has a chance to get it in the 5th. 0-2 to Ethan Ball, and the pitch. A breaking off-speed pitch, rather, and he fouls that one. Ethan's got a piece of everything, but he's 0-2 still. If he reaches, Henry Eggum comes up. And Byron up to 72 pitches now in his 5th inning of work. That's outside for a ball 1-2. As Jellinger has 89 tosses in his 5 innings complete. 72 for Byron in 4 2/3 innings. That one is another off speed, but it knocked to third on the ground, and then the throw over to first, and he's safe. He pulled his foot. The throw made Lutzy pull his foot off the bag, and then he couldn't find it again before Ethan found it first. So that'll be, I don't know. I'm going to call it a base hit. The throw was there. I mean, they just pull him off a little bit. It's a close play. Ethan was chugging down the line. It was going to be a close play anyway. So a runner at first for Henry Eggum. 2 down here in the 5th. Eggum has a single and a run scored, and then he also popped out to first. That one hit him on the leg as it bounced, so foul ball. Oh, 0-1 to Henry. The 0-1, 2 down, bottom of 5. Byron up 7-5. It was kind of a check swing, but he went through the zone for a strike. 0-2. Byron, third baseman, playing even with the bag. First baseman holding on. Ethan Ball, second and short, playing deep enough. And the outfield fairly deep and fairly straight away. As there's a ball 1-2 to Eggum. Byron checks the runner at first and delivers a little breaking pitch. One hop, a high hop to third baseman Isaac Rockney. He gets it to Lutzy at first for the out. 4 up and 3 down. No damage done. And we are through 5 with a 7-5 Byron lead on Power 96 on the AgriGuardian scoreboard. And farmers increase soil microbiology with AgriGuardian products. They are science-based stuff for your plants, your crops out there. They're going to increase your yields, as they have done for Casey, who works at AgriGuardian. He's a farmer, too, locally, and he swears by the stuff. So let him tell you about it, 373-1559, or go to agriguardian.com and find out more.
Have you been having problems with your dishwasher, stove, washer, or dryer? Call Orrin Mortensen with On the Spot Appliance Service. With over 30 years experience, Orrin does repairs for all major household appliances and commercial cooking products, including fryers and grills. On the Spot Appliance Service is warranty authorized for most major brands and is a local LG appliance servicer. Don't let your wannabe handyman fix a problem and make it worse. Call Orrin Mortensen with On the Spot Appliance Service anytime at 256-8099.
How do you define strength? Is it physical? Or is it mental? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's whatever empowers a person to dig deeper, fight harder, and overcome obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Discover how much stronger and more confident your children can be. Encourage them to participate in a sport when they go to high school.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
5 completed, 7-5 Byron as the Bears come to bat here in the top of the 6th against Jack Jellinger. as he has thrown 89 pitches through 5 innings of work, and he will face the top of the lineup here, Reed Beelan, Tyler Fox, and Jackson Schrader. Beelan with a base hit, a walk, 2 runs scored, and then a fly out to center. And he pops this one up out of play, third base side for strike 1. Jellinger with 90 pitches. Now he's got 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, a hit batter. And, of course, trails 7-5. Not all his fault. And that one is in play down in left field. And a nice running catch by Trey Hill as he rolls and makes the grab. 1 up and 1 down. Brings up Tyler Fox. Tyler had, he was hit by a pitch in the first and scored. Then he had an RBI single in the second and scored. And then he struck out in the fourth. He hits that one on a hopper to third foul. Strike 1. Two in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. And finally got him with a goose egg last inning. And now with 1 down and nobody on, looking to shut him out here in this inning as well. Strike is called. It's 0-2 now to Fox. But Albertlee's got to score themselves. They're down 2. They only had 3 in the second and 2 in the third. Otherwise, they've been shut down offensively. And a call. Third strike. It's 2 up and 2 down here in the 6th. And that's the 6th strikeout for Jack Jellinger. And it brings up Jackson Schrader. He has a pop out to catcher, a single, and a double, and a run scored. Two for 3. Run scored. Lefty. Outside. Ball 1. Come on, Jack. Nice 1, 2, 3 innings. What you need. He hasn't had one of those. Yeah, he did. He had it in the 4th, but no, he didn't. That was 4 batters. Sorry. No 1, 2, 3s yet. This one could be it. It's a pop-up to Alvey at short. He grabs it, and that's it. Not a lot of pitches either. He only threw like 7 or 8 pitches in the inning, and after 5.5, it's still 7-5. Byron with Albert Lee coming to bat. On the Bleachers scoreboard, brought to you by Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill on South Broadway in Albert Lee, where they have a great food 7 days a week, including a food special each day starting at 11 a.m. And today would be the half-pound pork tenderloin sandwich and fries. I believe it goes till 9, so you still have time to get over there and get that if you want it. Under $10, delicious, plus all other kind of stuff off the menu as well. And they have fun, and more fun. Sports going on too. 14 TVs. Check them out on South Broadway in Albert Lee. It's Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill. To the bottom of the 6th. 7-5, Byron. Albert Lee has now got a new pitcher, Tyler Fox, to face. Fox is he moves over from shortstop. Is that where Beelan went? That would have made it easy. I'll have to check, see if number 1 is the shortstop. As he turns around. Turn around, shortstop. Fox in relief is the right-hander. So a different look from the lefty Beelan that we've been seeing for 5 innings. Not sure he went to short, though. Oh, no, he went out to center. And the center fielder... Oh, they messed everyone up. I don't know. I can't see a number on the shortstop, though, because that's where Fox came from. As they take the last of the warm-up tosses here, but we'll find out who's where. But throw down there and ready to go here for inning number 6, the bottom of the 6th for Albert Lee. Cody Yokel, Ben Kiders, Trey Hill, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Cody with a 2 RBI double in the 2nd, and then popped out to the pitcher in the 3rd. Trailing by 2, down to their last 6 outs are the Tigers. Trying to keep their record perfect at 2-0 here. And the pitch from Fox is on the ground to short. Scooped up there and over to first in time to Lutzy for the out. 1 up, 1 down for Ben Kiters. So number 17 is now the shortstop. That was Schrader. That's Schrader. He was at second. Pitcher Beelan goes to center. Center fielder Isaac is at second. I figured it out. Here's the pitch to Ben Kiters. That's inside of the ball. Now if I can just write it down or remember it. Sometimes I think they do this just to mess with me. And the pitch is, again, on the ground to the shortstop. And that's over to first in time. 2 up, 2 down. 2-6-3 putouts. And it brings up Trey Hill. No, we're going to have a pinch hitter, Eric Doppelhammer, coming in for Trey. Hill with a single and a strikeout on the day. And Doppelhammer coming in off the bench. Left-handed batter. Most of the field now in the shade. Pitch outside and low, ball 1 to Eric. One and 0. And inside pitch, but it hits the corner according to the ump, so it's 1-1 to Doppelhammer. 2 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. As Albert Lee trails 7-5. And relief pitcher Tyler Fox rocks and fires. That's bounced to third. And it gets through on an E5, and that'll make a Doppelhammer on at first. And bring up leadoff batter Brennan Bakken. Another Byron error. So we have a base runner, Eric Doppelhammer. 7-5. Byron Albertly now with the tying run at the plate in Brennan Bakken. And he lifts one high in the air. It's playable foul territory, left side. Third baseman goes over and makes the grab for the out. That's Riley Knutson now playing third, as they switched a lot of folks around there defensively with the pitching change. But 4 up and 3 down, and after 6 complete, it's 7-5. Byron on the Bleacher Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard. No, wait a minute. Really was up. That's the AgriGuardian scoreboard. It's if your crops are stressed, farmers, AgriGuardian products can give them the shot in the arm they need to reach their full potential. Get more information at agriguardian.com or call 507-373-1559 and discuss things with Casey. He's got all the info and can tell you from experience because he's tried it on his own fields locally. And thanks also to all of our other sponsors. You have sports boosters like Geneva Lumber Company, Thompson Sanitation, Albert Lee Seedhouse Garden Center, On the Spot Appliance Service, Mapleton Marine, and special thanks to T&W Towing, Northbridge Mall, Derek's Preferred Auto, Freeborn County Solid Waste, and Becker Auto and RV in Hayward.
Are you considering remodeling or maybe building new? If so, you need to talk to Tate, or you could just ask Josh. They're both professionals, and you can find them at the Geneva Lumberyard just off I-35 in Geneva. The Geneva Lumberyard is your full-service lumberyard and home design and drafting center. For your next project, stop in or call the Geneva Lumber Company at 256-0045 and talk to Tate, or just ask Josh. That's the Geneva Lumber Company, open Monday through Friday to serve you.
Here we go, last inning, 7-5 Byron, top of the 7th. As they come to bat with the 4-5-6 batters due up. Isaac Rogney leading off here. The lefty takes strike 1 from Jellinger, starting his 7th inning of work as he approaches 100 pitches in the game. And he gets up 0-1 on Rogney. Another called strike on that corner to the left-handed batter. It's 0-2. Rogney has a RBI single in the first, struck out in the second, and a sac fly RBI in the fourth. And a third call strike. He didn't lift the bat off his shoulder, and 3 strikes in a row after, actually it's 3 out of 4 because he had a ball in there, but it was a K anyway, and that is number 7 for Jellinger. And 1 up and 1 down here in the 7th for Jake Koshine, who struck out his first time up, got a single and a run scored in the third, and then flew out to left. He bounces one to third. It hits the bag, but it's fair. Boy, Eggum was just about to grab that one, and it hit the bag and took a weird hop out into left field for a base hit for Koshine. And that is the 11th Bears hit of the game. And brings up Jack Isaac, the center fielder, who has a walk, a fly out to right, a pop out to first, and an RBI. Runners going, and that one's lifted to an infield pop. Caught by Trevor Ball, first baseman. So 2 down, runner at first. And Isaiah Peterson is due up. Isaiah has 2 strikeouts and a ground out to second, 0 for 3. The 7-hitter in the Bears lineup. That one's high for a ball, 1-0. 1-2-3 inning would have been nice, but they got a runner at first. Got to get this out and get the bats going. Down by 2 and down to their last 3 outs, the Tigers. Going to have some work to do in that 7th inning as they throw to first. Back in time is Koshine. And they have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Jellinger, Trevor Ball, Blake Olvey. So that's a good situation. Those are their big hitters. Here's the pitch. On the ground to third. Eggum doesn't get eaten up by that one. A nice play over to Trevor Ball. And the 3rd out of the inning. On a 5-3 put out. So they hold them scoreless in the 7th. 3rd inning in a row, they've held them scoreless after letting them score in the first 4 innings and get a 7-5 lead on the Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard. 7-5 Byron, Albert Lee with their last at bats coming up here. And, of course, Bleachers with great food 7 days a week, including breakfasts on the weekends from 8 to 11. Check those out. And also a food special every day, weekday at 11 a.m., and it runs all day long. They have the half-pound pork tenderloin sandwich and fries today for less than $10. All their specials less than $10 during the week. And, of course, sports, and more sports going on there on their TVs. They got 6 of them lined up behind the bar and then sporadically placed around the rest of the bar there, too. So no matter where you are, you got a good view of some sports going on there at South Broadway in Albert Lee at Bleachers.
Remember when you used to envy theirs?
Nice boat!
Now, they envy yours.
Hey, nice boat!
When the weekend comes to you, you come down to the dock.
Check out the incredible deals on Hewitt docks, lifts, and accessories. Get the quality Hewitt products you need and want at Mapleton Marine, your boating and Hewitt headquarters. Mapleton Marine on Highway 22 or mapletonmarine.com. Facebook too. What are you waiting for?
Are you paying too much for garbage collection? Call Thompson Sanitation today at 256-4370. You'll learn why to make the switch. Thompson Sanitation is locally owned, keeping your money in our local community. They offer garbage disposal and roll-off service with competitive prices and the best service around, too. And it's so easy to change. Start your service today. No BS with TS. Call 256-4370 to get the best service at the best prices in the area. Thompson Sanitation. Be loyal. Shop local.
It's 1-1 now to leadoff batter Jack Jellinger here in the bottom of the 7th. Albert Lee needs to do it now. They're down 2, 7-5. Last at bats. At least come up with 2 here. This one's lifted in the air to right and camping under it out there and making a catch for 1 out. 1-9. Trevor Ball is up now down to the last 2 outs. Jack today, by the way, is 1 hit and a run scored in his 4 at-bats. Trevor Ball coming up. He had a single and a run scored in that 3rd inning. Other than that, he's 1 for 3. Strike is called, 0-1. Blake Olvey on deck, he's 0 for 3. So the 2-3-4 hitters not exploding tonight like they did yesterday. And this one is lifted to center. Long run there for the center fielder who makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down. Down to the last out. Blake Olvey comes up. 7-5 Byron. They haven't won yet here in the Legion season. Albert Lee started their season yesterday with a 7-3 win. 7-4, 7-3, something like that. Now on the opposite end of that, 7-5, needing 2 runs to continue the game, but only 1 out left, and Olvey steps in 0 for 3. As Fox, the relief pitcher, starts him out high at ball 1. 103 pitches for Jack Jellinger, 7 innings of work. Strike called, 1-1 to Blake. Fox rocks and fires. And then another strike on that inside corner called. 1-2. Now down to his last strike for the Tigers is Blake Olvey. And the pitch swung on and bounced at the plate. It actually is a foul ball, went off the plate. Still 1-2, 2 down. Nobody on. 7th inning, 7-5 Byron. Getting a little bit of retribution for the section final loss. But you can't really replace that because that was for a trip to state, and this is not. Here's the pitch, and it's to left, and it's going to fall in for a base hit for Blake Olvey. Breaks his 0 for 3 with the 9th hit of the day for the Tigers. 5 runs on 9 hits. Byron 7 runs on 11 hits. And they bunched them together early, 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and then they had 1 in the 3rd and 4th. While Albert Lee had 3 in the 2nd and 2 in the 3rd. And now up Ethan Ball, and it's ball 1 to him. Ethan has a single and a run scored. Also reached in the 3rd, and he's 3 for 3. Got a single in the 5th. 2-0 now to Ball. He's the tying run at the plate. Catcher doing a little adjusting on his equipment. Leg protector. 2-0. Here's the pitch. Strike called. 2-1. Ethan needs to find a pitch he likes and hit a gapper. Or maybe a home run to tie it. That'd be nice. Here's the pitch. Strike called again. 2-2. Down to their last strike again. 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing 7-5 to Byron. And the pitch to Ball is swung on and bounced to 3rd, and it gets by the 3rd baseman. Shortstop bumbles it, and he's safe at 1st. And new life again. 1st and 2nd. The go-ahead run comes to the plate. Infield single, the 10th hit for Albert Lee. And now Henry Agam. He singled in the 2nd and scored. Had an RBI in the 3rd and bounced out to 3rd in the 5th. 2 on, 1st and 2nd for Albert Lee with 2 outs. Agam is the winning run here, the walk-off run. If he can knock one over the fence, it'd be nice. He bounces one. 3rd baseman grabs it on to 1st for the out. And that's the ball game. It looked like he almost pulled his foot off of 1st there, but he was able to get the out completed. And it's a loss for Albert Lee in their 2nd game of the season. 7-5 is the final. As they fall to Byron, who gets their first win of the Legion season. So the Albert Lee Legion post 56 Tigers, 7-5 loss here. They have more games coming up, of course. I think they're on the road here for their next games. We may be able to do the Lake Mills game tomorrow. We'll have to see what goes on tomorrow. See what tomorrow brings when we get there. But, again, thanks to all of our sponsors. By the way, that's the AgriGuardian scoreboard there. The final score 7-5 Byron. Brought to you by AgriGuardian in Albert Lea. Farmers can increase soil microbiology with AgriGuardian products for soil health and plant health. For more, go to agriguardian.com or call Casey at 507-373-1559. Also, thanks to Bleachers for scoreboard sponsorship, as well as Mapleton Marine, Geneva Lumber Company, Thompson Sanitation, Albert Lea Seed House Garden Center, On the Spot Appliance Service, and Northbridge Mall, Freeborn County Solid Waste, Becker Auto and RV in Hayward, Derek's Preferred Auto, and T&W Towing. Thanks one and all. Thanks to Reg, my tech man, and thanks to you for tuning in. And we'll be back with many more sports opportunities for you here on Power 96 Sports.